What's going on, everyone? King Majin here. I am back with another Xenoverse 2 video, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to use none other than the Sin of Sloth,
Greeting.
Majin Buu. I call him Sin of Sloth because he's one of my top 7 characters. I'll be showing you more of those kind of characters later in the future, but I thought, well, what better character to make a first video about than none other than Majin Buu himself. For the sake of today's video, I'm just going to be showing you how to use Majin Buu. In a future video, I plan on doing like an endless battle and seeing how many people I could kill with just Majin Buu. But overall, Majin Buu is a really good character, a tank in my opinion. So for the evasive, I'm just using super front jump. The other evasives either use 3 bars of stamina, which is no good. You could actually use instant rise, but the issue with instant rise is if your opponent were to use a move like super ki explode, and you can't use that evasive to get out. So that's why we have super front jump. Would not recommend using Angry Explosion for the ultimate. It has a very long delay. Dual Angry Explosion is only good for 2v2s and 3v3s, and Savior's Come is just useless, let's be honest. I also would not recommend full power energy volley, but just because most of your combos are going to be close range. You want to keep the opponent close to you. That is Majin Buu's specialty. It has close range combat, so I would recommend full power energy wave, super ki explosion, and cookie beam. Cookie beam is really good because it actually heals you when you use the ultimate attack. So you actually get a little bit of your health back. It's not much, but it's still something. So I would highly recommend equipping cookie beam and either super ki explosion, full power energy wave, or innocence breath. Yeah, super ki explosion is good just because you can hold it down as long as you want and prolong the explosion, so that's really useful to use in short range combat. For the super attacks, Majin Buu has a variety of different charges and stuff. However, you will not need charge if you use the same Super Soul that I'm about to use here. Majin Buu has 2 Super Souls for ki recovery. As far as attacks go, you can use any of these. Honestly, Majin Buu has a good... he has some pretty good ki blast attacks. Innocence Bullet, Innocence Cannon. Those are both kind of slow. I don't really care for them, but Majin Kamehameha, really good. I would recommend using Majin Kamehameha. That does some pretty good damage. But for this character, I just have Energy Wave combo because it's the fastest ki super. And you could use consecutive Energy Blast. That does even more damage than Energy Combo. But it's faster, so that's why we're using that instead of Energy Blast. Kamehameha, no. Use Majin Kamehameha instead. It's just better than the regular Kamehameha. You could use Meteor Crash. Do not use Meteor. None of these. Zigzag Express is hard to pull off. But for my character, I use Explosive Bubu Punch just because it has super armor. And it protects you if your opponent is one of those people that like to get behind you the entire match and not get off your backside. So that's why I have that move on. So for the Super Soul, I have Time for a Little Nap. Basically, you start the match falling asleep. You're only asleep for a few seconds, and then you have ki recovery for the entire match. Even if you use your evasive skill to get out of it early, you'll still have that ki recovery. So Time for a Little Nap is, in my opinion, the best Super Soul here. These top 4 here are pretty much useless. Yeah. Turn into Candy, restores ki by a small amount, restores stamina. So I have to use 3 bars of my stamina just to get a small bit of ki recovery. Like what, half a bar? 1 bar? It's not worth it. I would highly recommend for the Super Soul, this is a no argument deal, one of these bottom 2, because all of these, look at this, when health is below 25%, so you're counting on your health going below 25%. By the time your health is below 25%, you have no stamina, you're pretty much dead. When ki is maxed out, boosts stamina recovery speed. Okay, that's good. When stamina is maxed out, temporarily activates ki auto recovery. So this is a good Super Soul. This one right here, I'm stronger than ever now. It's good if you're conservative with ki and stamina. However, if you're like me and you're not conservative at all, I would highly recommend time for a little nap. Just because you're pretty much guaranteed ki recovery for the entire match. So, even with this Super Soul, even though that's a 5-star, I would still recommend time for a little nap. As far as his stats go, you can use any of these stats. All of Majin Buu's stats are, in a word, magnificent. They are beautiful. Majin Buu has some of the best stat options, in my opinion, of all the characters. Not the best, but definitely one of the top tier stat option characters. So I just have combo type because most of the matches are going to be fought with basic attacks anyway. So that's enough with the build. It's time to move on to Majin Buu's unique abilities. So every time a match starts up, you're going to be falling asleep, just like this. And it'll only be for a few seconds, as you'll see right here. He's going to wake up. Even if I use my evasive skill to get out of that, I'm still going to have ki recovery. So, starting off with Majin Buu's unique abilities that only Majin Buu can do. We're going to turn on Super Strong, just so you can see. I don't know if you saw that, but he actually attacked me before I used the... Oh, he got behind me. He actually attacked me before I used the heavy hit. So if you hold down triangle with Majin Buu, it will give you super armor until the attack activates. So this is the there we go. There was a good one. You saw that one. He rushed me. He attacked me first, but it didn't stagger me at all. It basically takes away from your stamina. So your opponent can still take away your stamina whenever you're doing that. However, even if you have one full bar of stamina, you'll be fine. He's not going to hurt you, even if you use a super ki explosion. But yeah, all you got to do to activate this is hold triangle, and you have super armor the entire time you activate it. I would not recommend using it too many times, otherwise your opponent will see through you. Majin Buu's next unique ability is Cookie Beam. This is his ultimate attack, and I can actually pause this here and turn off, put health on. There we go, danger. Alright. Just so you can see how much you actually heal. It's not much, but it's still something. It's still something. It took me out of the red. So I'd say just under a quarter of a bar of health. It's still something, especially if you have almost no health left. So you can also use it in combos like this one, which I really like. Majin Buu has some really good combos. There's only 2 combos he really uses though, and look at that. We're back up to 1 bar. Just like that. So yeah, a really good ultimate attack in my opinion, because it staggers 3 times. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And if your opponent tries to rush you from behind, you know, the square X, X stamina break whenever you use that ultimate, you'll still get staggered. Moving on, the next attack I'm going to be showing you is Explosive Bubu Punch if you've never used a Majin before. Basically, there we go. I'm trying to get him to teleport. There we go. See, I was trying to get him to teleport behind me because I know when these bots get behind you, they immediately attack you. So, I don't know if you saw that right there, but he attacked me, and I had super armor activated while I was using Explosive Bubu Punch. So, your opponent basically cannot stagger you when you're using Explosive Bubu Punch unless they get behind you. That is Majin Buu's only weakness, is really getting behind and getting them from there. So now that we've seen Majin Buu's unique abilities, let's move on to the combos now. Now Majin Buu only has 2 useful combos. This right here is his most useful combo. That is the triangle square combo. As you can see, it did 5,851 damage. This is Majin Buu's best combo. This is what you're going to be doing for most of your match. Just because you start with triangle, and as you've all seen, you need to hold down triangle to use Majin Buu's unique heavy attack, super armor attack. So that is why we mainly stick with the triangle square combo. Just because it does the most damage, you can use the heavy attack unique ability whenever you want, and if you're fighting an opponent who rushes you like this, I'm sure you've fought a lot of noobs that do this kind of thing, you can just hold down the triangle button and stagger them whenever they rush you with situations like that. But it's really easy to switch between Majin Buu's unique ability and the most damaging combo in Majin Buu's arsenal. So that is why we use triangle square combo for most of the fight. Majin Buu's other really good combo is the all heavy attack. combo, which looks like this. Now, this one does not do as much damage as the all light attack combo. As you can see here, that one did just a little bit more, about 100 more damage. That was the all light combo. Let's try this again. Okay. Start by stand breaking it. This is why we do the all heavy combo, because whenever the opponent's stamina is broken, we can just do this endless combo, and all we're doing through this endless combo is constantly pressing triangle. If you do an actual online match and not a offline match, and you're not fighting a bot like I am now, I promise you your opponent's stamina will not recover this quickly. Your opponent's stamina will be, even if I turn this on normal, he's still going to have really fast recovery. But as long as you're attacking the opponent non-stop, the opponent's stamina recovery is going to be slow. You could also do a stamina break right here once he hits the ground. He will not teleport behind you that quickly. That's kind of ridiculous. You could do a stamina break here, so a secondary stamina break. But look at this. That was the all-light combo, and that puts me 10 feet above the opponent. Like, I can't even reach the opponent at that point. So if you want to put some distance between you and your opponent, I guess you could use the all-light combo, but in my opinion, the only ones you really need is the all-heavy combo when your opponent's stamina is broken, and the triangle square combo. So again, that's the heavy combo. You see, we're on the ground still. And that's exactly what you want, because your stamina recovery is faster on the ground, and because your opponent's right in front of you and you have control to use ultimate attacks, super attacks. You basically have the opponent literally in the palm of your hand.
Damn it!
Or in Majin Buu's case, in his belly. So, that is why we stick with the all-heavy rather than the all-light. Do not use the all-light combo if you're using Majin Buu. That right there is the 5-light all-heavy combo. It's only useful if you have a move like Majin Kamehameha. Like, let's try to use one of my super attacks. Yeah, you see it misses. It has 0 tracking whatsoever when I do that. So if you want to use Ki Blast Volley, I guess you could use this combo, the 5-light all-heavy. But that one's not easy to pull off. That's the hardest combo to pull off, in my opinion, compared to the other ones, anyway. Yeah, so only use the light combo if you want to put distance between your opponent, and only use the 5-light all-heavy combo if you have a move like Majin Kamehameha, Ki Blast Volley, some really long-range attack that you want to put your opponent far away from you and still attack them. Just make sure you're using the right moves with that. Again, this right here is why I like the triangle square combo, because you can use moves like this. The opponent will not have that fast recovery if it's a PvP match. He'll still be on the ground and take the full damage from Ki Blasts. That's why I have Ki Blast on circle. That way I can also charge my just regular charge Ki Blasts. Let's see, what else do we got? Let's try another triangle square combo. Oh, see that? Look, that actually does have tracking. That's why triangle square is just better than the 5-light all-heavy. See, here's the 5-light all-heavy. It doesn't track. But it does track whenever I do triangle square. So that's why we stick with that. It has better tracking for all your attacks. You can also do stamina breaks as well. That's another thing I really like about the triangle square combo, is that's his other stamina break. So you can do all triangle attacks when you're on the ground and then followed by a stamina break. Or you could do what I do, is the triangle square combo, like you just saw right there, and then stamina broken. You can also use your ultimates as well. So there's a wide variety of different ways to finish off the opponent whenever you're using this combo. See that? You can hit him to the ground, use angry hit. The combinations are basically endless with this combo. So yeah, that's why I have a good mixture of different attacks here. I have a short range attack, I have a tracking attack, I have a long range quick acting attack, and then I have explosive Bubu punch. So just a variety of different moves, but for the most part you want to keep the opponent close to you. You can also do this infinite combo here. Basically, all I'm doing is I'm pressing triangle, square, triangle, and then block. You can see him block right there. And you can stamina break him with it. That is not the unlimited combo that I would recommend when you're fighting close to the ground. When your opponent's stamina is broken or you're close to the ground, do the all-heavy combo. Just because the the more you combo your opponent, the slower his stamina recovery will be. So, plus this is a little bit harder to get off this triangle square combo, unlimited combo. So if you're doing an infinite combo, stick with triangle. If you're trying to do stamina breaks, damage, or basically anything other than unlimited combo, then do the triangle square combo. See, as you can see here, his stamina recovery will be just slightly slower. You can't really tell because I'm fighting a bot right now, but if you're doing a PvP, I promise their stamina recovery will be halved if you just stick with the all-heavy combos rather than the heavy-light combos. But that's Majin Buu in a nutshell. Again, this is my custom Majin Buu, so he will have slightly heavier attacks than most other people will. If there's anything that you see that I missed when discussing Majin Buu, please let it be noted in the comment section below exactly what I forgot to mention about Majin Buu. If there's a stamina break I missed, if his 5 light all heavy combo is actually useful in another situation that I just did not see, please type that down in the comment section below. I'm sure there will be a lot of people that are happy to read that. So anyway, that's going to be it for the video. Again, I plan on making another video in the future of me doing a endless match and probably going through and just wrecking everybody with Majin Buu. I normally do not put out these kind of videos of me killing people with Majin Buu, but for the sake of entertainment and for the sake of just destroying people for the sake of destroying people, I think I'm going to do it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about who the other 7 deadly sins are. I'll put a picture at the end of this video so that way you can see exactly who the characters are. Let's see how many of the characters you can identify in the comment section below. And also, if you want me to make another one of these videos about a different character you don't know how to play as but really want to, note that in the comment section below too. Also be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you in the next video, which will be me wrecking people with none other than the Sin of Sloth, Majin Buu.